Hello and welcome to Art Club. Today we're going to be drawing a cat. I'll show you how you can use simple shapes as a guide for your drawing before adding in the details. You're only going to need very simple materials to do this. All you need is a pencil, some paper and maybe a rubber. And I'll show you step by step how to draw the cat. And if you want to draw along with me, you can pause the video anytime you like. So if you get your pencil and paper ready, then we'll be ready to start drawing. First of all, I want to show you a couple of photos of cats which I took in my garden. Now you probably already know what a cat looks like, but have you looked really closely at one before? Because the more you look and then draw from what you can see, whether that is in real life or a photo, then that's going to help you with your drawings, and it will also help you when you want to draw from your imagination. So if we have a look at the cat photos, we can try and find some shapes in them that we could sketch and use as guides to help us with our drawing. What sort of shapes can you see? I'm going to start with drawing a circle for its head. And then if I copy that shape, I can show you that the height of the cat, it's approximately 3 and a little bit heads tall altogether. Or that shows you that its body is about 2 and a bit heads tall. So that will help you with your proportions when you're drawing. If I just take the extra head shapes away for now, then we'll have a look at some of the other shapes that we can see. Now we can use oval shapes in its body. I'll draw a smaller oval shape for the front half of its body and a larger oval shape for the back half of its body. Then we can have simple triangle shapes where its ears are, and its legs are sort of rectangle type shapes, and small ovals for its feet. And in its face, there's also shapes, like there's a triangle shape between its eyes and nose. Now we've had a look for some of the shapes in the cat, I think we're ready to start on our drawing. So I'm going to start by drawing a circle for the cat's head, like we did over the photos of the cat. And you can see that I'm drawing lightly. So if you draw lightly to begin with, then it's easier if you make any mistakes, change your mind, and also if you want to rub anything out later. Then remember that we looked at the height of the cat by seeing how many heads tall it was. So I'm using my pencil as a ruler here and measuring that the body will be just over 2 and a little bit the size of the head, and I've drawn a line to show where the ground would be that the cat is sitting on. Next I'm going to draw a oval for the front half of its body, and that slightly overlaps its head. Then I'm drawing a larger oval for the back half of its body. Then I'm drawing in the shapes for the legs and the small ovals for its feet. And its other front leg is partly hidden. And here I'm just drawing an oval showing where its back leg is. And sketching in the shape for its foot. And the shape of its tail. Then I'm going to move to its head. I'm drawing the triangles for its ears. And I'll draw a line to show where the middle of its face is, and then a horizontal line across again where the middle is. And this helps me work out where to put its eyes. And they're about halfway up its face. So I'll draw its eyes as 2 circles, And remember we said there was a triangle shape on its face between its nose and its eyes, and I'll draw that in as well. So I think that all looks okay. I'm quite happy with the proportions and shapes of this. So I can start to blend the shapes together and then add in the details, and so it will really start to look like a cat. And where the lines are from the guides that I know I want to keep, I can start drawing over those darker and adding in details like his toes. And also there's a little gap here, and I think that we would just be able to see his other foot through that. So I shall add that in. I can start to add in the details from his face, and then his nose, and where his mouth is. And I like on animals to make the corners of his mouth just turn up a very little bit, and I think that makes the animals look as if they're happy and not a grumpy cat. And you can see it's definitely starting to look more like a cat now, but we've still got quite a lot of details to add. Now at this point I'm going to rub out some of the guidelines because I can see where the cat shape is now, but we don't want to see all of the oval and line marks in the middle of the cat. And if you've drawn lightly, then this will be easy to rub out now. It doesn't matter if you rub out some of the bits that you want to keep, because I've not rubbed it out completely, I'm just rubbing out very gently, and so I can still see where those lines are, and I'll go back over them again where I want to keep them. Now I'm going to add in more of the details to his face and going over those lines again, making his eyes clearer. Now cats don't have round pupils like people do. They're sort of like a slit type shape. So add in some shading and leave a little highlight in the eye. And inside the cat's ears, it's got long hairs, so I'm adding those in. And I'm also suggesting the fur on the cat around the edge with little lines. And you can show the texture of something like a furry, hairy cat by the way you draw. So if you draw short little lines, then it could be like a short haired cat, or if you were doing longer lines, it would make it look like it had longer, fluffier hair. And you do the lines in the direction that the fur goes. And here is my finished drawing of a cat. Once you've learnt how to draw a basic cat, then you can practice drawing variations on the cat. So you could maybe give it stripes or different markings, or maybe a thick fluffy tail. And if you've got your own pet cat, or maybe like a neighbour's cat visits your garden, you could practice drawing that. If you look carefully at it and see how it moves and what shapes that it has, then you could draw it in different poses. When the cat is sleeping is a really good time to try drawing it, because it's not going to be moving so much, so you'll find it a lot easier. Or you could take photos and use those as references for your drawings. But if you don't have a cat, then I've put some photos here that you could draw from too. Thank you for joining me for Art Club. I hope you enjoyed learning to draw a cat today. Don't forget to take a look at my other videos, and I hope to see you again for another Art Club soon.